Okay, so I'm just going to show you one more time. We're going to peel this backing fabric off. Very satisfying to watch the peel. The back of here. And we are going to place this on the top of our stem. And we're going to iron that on there. Like this. And down. Just going to check. Yep, it's nice and stuck. And we're going to do this piece as well. We can do both of these pieces. We're going to do the top bit, but we'll need to change our cotton. Actually, I might not change the cotton. I might put this bottom one on with the white cotton as well, which might make it look a little bit more like grass. But you can see I'm overlapping the bottom and the top. I did sew on the bottom here, but mainly because it's just easier than stopping and starting. But we don't need to sew on that top edge until that is fully stuck down. Now I'm going back to the sewing machine to sew these two pieces on. I won't come back and show you how to iron on again. I think that's unnecessary, but we are going to go and sew these bits on, and then I'll show you how just to sew the rest of it on in its layers. Okay, so we're back at the machine now. I've changed the cotton over. Both the bobbin and the top cotton are now white. And we're going to slide this on under here. I'm going to start here. I'm not going to do all the way around because once again the top is going to be covered up by the top of the red section. So I'm just going to get the position right before I head round the corner. And we're just going to sew around here the same way. Now as you get to that edge, we'll turn our fabric carefully. Keep your fingers out of the way though. Please make sure you don't get your fingers so close. Just finish on the outside edge and then turn and keep going along the bottom edge. Alright, I'm going to do my reverse stitch, which is just a locking stitch. This machine nicely cuts my thread for me. Alright, I'm going to do the bottom the same. I'm going to use the white for the bottom as well. This time I'm going to go all the way around. I'm not going to, and I've got a few little extra bits here. So you're going to have to do a lot of maneuvering as we do these uneven bits. So in on the edge there, and off we go. I'm going all the way around and back to the start again. There we go. Cut that bit off. There we go. All right, so we have this piece up here attached now. Okay, and we have our grass attached. Now I have to just do the top of the mushroom, the dots, and the butterfly. So I'm going to do the mushroom without too much commentary. I'm going to iron it on, and I'm going to iron on the dots at the same time. And I'm going to do around the outside of the mushroom in red, but I'm going to come back and do white for the dots. And I'm going to change the size of my stitch when I do the dots, and I'll explain that when I do it. But I'm not going to show you me ironing it on this time. I'm going to sew this one on. We're going to go all the way around this time. Now I need to change my cotton. Okay, we're going to do these around here. Now because they're kind of small, I'm actually going to change from this wider one to this finer one. So on your machine that we use for most everyone, that would be number 21, not number 20. So once again, we're going to pop it right on the edge. Same system, just a finer stitch. Just going to go, I'm going to go a bit slow because we're doing a circle, and you can go as slow as you need to. Like you can go really inching if you need to. You can really go, like just do the inching speed. Just want to make sure that you keep stitching around. Oops, got my thread back there. Around and around. So we're just going to go backwards and forwards. I'm going to go a bit faster. I find this speed I tend to make more mistakes. I'm just going to keep turning my fabric slowly. Alright, so those are all done. I just need to trim off these little bits. I'll just use a pair of snips usually. I've left them in the room, so I'll do that while I'm in the room. And I've just got to come out and put my butterfly on. Right, up to the butterfly. You can see that this one here is a bit fluffy. So as we go round, it should close in. And I'm actually going to change back to the bigger stitch for this one. All right, that is done. Alright, now what I do want to do is give these guys some feelers, and so I'm going to go back to my straight stitch, but there's a stitch on your machine that has 3 lines of straight stitch all together, and I am going to use that. It's just a tiny bit thicker. I'm going to start right down here, and I'm going to kind of freehand this one. And now I'm just going to lift my needle up, and I'm going to do a bit of a zigzag, but I'm going to change my settings. So my width is really tiny and my length is really tiny. No, my length is really tiny. I want to go really tiny. My width needs to be a bit thicker. Okay, so I'm going to just do end bit. Okay. How does that look? Yeah, I like that. You see, I've got my nice little thing. So you can just keep playing with your design until you're really happy with it. So I'm just adding some extra features. I've got to go back. What was my setting there? So 2.5 and 5. Okay, I'm going to go back to my original stitch, which is the 3 lines of stitching. Can you see how it's thicker? I'm just going to give him some feelers, and then I'm going to lift up my needle. Anytime you change a stitch, you have to lift your needle up. Okay, so I'm going to go back to 2.5 and 0.5, and a little bit of a fuzzy bit on the end. Okay, that one's probably a bit obscure, but that's okay. I think that looks cute. And I'm also going to give a few lines through here. I'm going to give this, like, underneath a mushroom, you've got kind of this fluted section. So I'm just going to move my machine. I'm just going to give some little stripes under here. so it looks like the underneath of a mushroom. So just keep adding features. You could do something like this by hand if you wanted to, but our goal for this term is to learn how to use the machines. You will get to do hand stitching in grade 9, so we do quite a bit of handwork on our second product in grade 9. I'm just going to do some lines under here to give it a bit of depth. And make sure I cut off all of my little extra bits. Here I've got these little fluffy bits. I'm going to go through and I will trim them off. I'll show you what they look like at the end. Last one. I think I'll do it. I'm going to show you. So here is our final design. So this is what it looks like with my butterfly all sewn on. You're going to go through and I'm going to cut off all these little extra bits. Any pieces that don't match or don't need to be there are going to get cut off.